Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to sit down and share with you a fall makeup look. I am so excited for fall. I think everybody loves fall. Is that not true? But I especially love fall fashion and fall makeup. So I wanted to sit down and share with you guys kind of one of my favorite types of fall makeup looks. Now for me personally, when I think of fall makeup, I think of one of two things. I like to either go for a bold lip or I like to really play up a dark, smoky kind of burgundy or bronze type of eye. I typically don't like to do those two things at the same time. It just doesn't really suit my personal makeup style. If that's something that you love to do, definitely do it. But for me personally, I just am a little bit more natural when it comes to the type of makeup looks that I like to wear. So if I'm doing a bold lip, then I usually like to keep things pretty simple on the eye. And if I'm doing a very vivid or dark or smoky eye, I like to keep things pretty simple on the lip. Let me quickly run you guys through kind of what I'm hoping to achieve with this makeup look. So today we're going to be going with a bright kind of, this is like a berry slash wine slash fuchsia color. I think it's just perfect for fall. This one's from Bite Beauty. That's going to be our kind of statement color. So our entire look is going to be focused around this lip color. So everything else I want to keep pretty neutral. So my eyes, I'm wanting to keep them pretty soft, but I want it to be nice and smoky, like here at the corner. I'm going to put some individual false lashes on just to kind of like elongate the eyes at the outer corner. And then as far as the cheeks go, typically I am more of a like 70% bronzer, 30% blush kind of wearer. Today I want to kind of reverse that and have more of the color on my cheeks come from my blush and less come from my bronzer slash contour. So that's kind of my goal for today's makeup look, and let's go ahead and jump right in. So because we're doing kind of a neutral eye today, I did already apply my foundation and my concealer just to try and speed things up a little bit. Today I used the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Foundation from the drugstore. Love this foundation. This looks so good on my skin. I haven't used it for a while, and I actually pulled this out because I've had this one for a while and I think it probably is getting close to expiring, so I'm trying to use it up. But as much as I love this foundation, if I use it more than like 2 or 3 days in a row, I do find that it does break me out. So that is one thing to keep in mind. And then for concealer, I went in with the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer and applied that under the eyes and on the eyelids and then powdered it lightly. This one is in the shade 20 Light Beige. And I did powder with my typical RCMA No Color powder. I'm going to start off by just kind of evening things out. I want to keep my eyes mostly, I'm thinking mostly matte today. I'm going to go in with this color right here. This is called Flower Child. It's just kind of a fair skin toned type of matte shadow. And I'm going to pull that all the way up to the brow bone. Also, I wanted to do this before we kind of get into the makeup, but I want to start prepping my lips for a darker lip color. I'm going to go in with, this is the Seraphine Sugar Lemon Lip Scrub. I got this one in a BoxyCharm and I actually really have been loving it lately. I find that it really helps prep my lips if I'm going to do something a little bit more bold, or if I have a lipstick that maybe is a little bit more of a matte formula that I find emphasizes texture or dryness in my lips. This really helps to kind of prep your lips for that type of a product. So while that's sitting there, let's go ahead and jump back into our eyes. We are going to take this next shade right here. This is the shade Smarty Pants. It's just kind of a very neutral light transition shade, just on a really nice big fluffy brush. And I'm just going to start applying that into my transition area. Actually slightly kind of above my crease area. You can see I have a very big brow bone. I feel like I say that all the time, which probably gets annoying. But if you do have a smaller lid and a larger brow bone, this is just a really good way to kind of trick the eye into making your eye shape appear a little bit more flattering and large. I'm also kind of pulling, because we're going to kind of do like a wing shape with the powder, I'm kind of pulling that straight out, almost to the corner of my eyebrow. Again, you can do this differently depending on the shape of your eyes, but because of that brow bone that I'm trying to diminish a little bit, I'm really kind of pulling that shadow up and out, just to give my eyes the kind of shape that I want them to have. So I hope that you can kind of see just like the soft sort of definition that gives your eyes. And now I just want to keep kind of intensifying the depth and just getting like closer and closer to the outer corner of my eye. I'm going to take this color. This is called Rebel. This is just a kind of a terracotta mauve type medium toned transition shade. So it's a little bit darker than a transition color, but it's also not quite as dark. It's like a really dark smoky outer V color. This is just going to help me get that kind of gradient. And again, I'm really wanting to kind of concentrate that just right here where my, like on the underside of my brow bone. Kind of want to concentrate that there and just go straight out. Not quite as high or as far as I took the previous shade. So I think today I really want to keep my eyes quite matte, other than the inner corner. I think I'll probably pop like a really nice bright shimmer in the inner corner, but I'm going to keep the rest of the eye really quite matte. I just like to go back and forth and just slowly kind of build up that intensity. I always like, especially when I'm using this 217 brush, I always love to pull the color kind of both on the upper and lower lash line. But I don't necessarily want to do that today because I want to create a little bit more shape with this upper lash line. So I think to kind of help me get that shape, I'm going to take, this is just a BoxyCharm card that I happen to have sitting on my desk here. I'm just going to take that and kind of set it right here just so that color doesn't go lower than I want it to go. So I saw this tip on a KL Polish. I think she did like a behind the scenes or tutorial on one of her makeup looks from one of her recent launches, and I noticed her makeup artist did this trick and I just thought, that's genius. I'm going to go back in with that first blending brush and just kind of really blend those two together. Okay, so now that I kind of have the shape that I want, I'm going to take this color here in the corner. This is the color Leader, which is kind of like a sort of like purpley red undertoned deep brown. I'm going to take a flat liner brush. I'm just going to kind of start building up a little bit of a powdered soft wing. Okay, then I'm going to wipe off my MAC 217 brush really good so it doesn't have much color left on it. I'm just going to really softly kind of blend around the edges of this color. So now I want to go in with these little Duralash individual lashes. These are the medium length ones. I'm just going to put like 2 or 3 on each outer corner just to kind of give my lashes a little bit more fullness at the outer edge. Alright guys, so I'm a little behind. Let me explain to you kind of what happened. I had a bit of a catastrophe with the individual lashes on the upper lash line. So I recently saw a celebrity makeup artist put individual lashes on a model and then curl the lashes after the lashes were on. So I tried that today. But apparently you need some very serious makeup skills to do that accurately, and it just did not work out for me today. So what I ended up doing is just put 2 sets of the individual lashes just on the outer corner of each eye. I didn't want to get too close because honestly these do not look that good. I think probably no lashes or strip lashes would be the way to go for this look in the future. Then after that I went in for my lower lash line and I just put this color, this Rebel color, and just really smoked that out on the lower lash line just about 2/3 of the way in. And then I went in with a couple of coats of the Wander Beauty Unlashed mascara. But other than that little lash incident, I think the eyes look pretty good. I really am happy with kind of the shape and how it turned out. I love just kind of this smoked liner look. I really love Tarte's dark mattes are really great for using as a powdered liner. I really love using them for that, which I just said twice. So now I want to jump in and do my eyebrows first. So I'm going to take the Catrice. This is their just standard eyebrow stylist pencil. This one's in the color, I think it's number 40, Don't Let Me Brown. I'm just going to start off by kind of brushing my eyebrows up and then just applying this right at the bottom here and just right up through the arch. And then on the outer edge of my brow, I'm going to take my IT Cosmetics Brow Power Pencil. This one's just a little bit deeper. I'm going to just run that through the outer tail of my brow. I'm going to set those in place with the Brow Gal Brow Mascara. What is this called? Tinted Brow Gel. So moving on to the cheeks, I'm going to take a little bit of this Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of this, just right kind of to the cheekbones. It's basically acting as like a contour. I'm going to take just a little bit right here up on the hairline. For my blush color today, I'm going to take this palette from e.l.f. This is one of their blush quads. I think they still sell these. Do they still sell these? This is the one in the dark color. I love this palette for fall. Honestly, I haven't really grabbed this since I think last fall or winter, but I think this is a really great palette. I really think these quads by e.l.f. and honestly e.l.f.'s blushes in general I think are kind of underrated. I really like them. I think they perform well and they last really well on the face. I'm going to take these 2 colors right here. They kind of have a little bit more of like a less pink and more kind of berry undertone to them. I'm going to combine those 2 Because these are kind of dark, I'm going to go on the top of my hand first, and then I'm going to just start kind of building those onto my cheeks, just right at the apple. And kind of pull back. So what I like to do is I like to put one kind of light layer of blush on first, and then I go in with my lip color, and then I kind of see, sometimes when you put a dark lip color on, it can kind of wash out your face. So I'll usually go back in and maybe add a little bit more blush, but I just don't want to overdo it the first time I go in with my blush color, especially when I'm using kind of pigmented, more rosy colored blushes, less natural, kind of peachy blushes. Just find you have to be a little bit more careful with those colors because they can get a little bit dull face looking kind of quickly, so they're a little bit trickier to work with. Find that you kind of have a little bit too much, just take your powder brush and just with what's left on there, I just kind of go over, sort of blend and just soften that color a little bit. So I am going to go in with a little bit of highlighter today. This one is from Wet n Wild. This is in the color Blossom Glow. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this and just pop that just right, kind of in like a circular motion right here in this area right here. I don't really want to come down too far because I don't want to be too glowy. That's pretty glowy. I probably should have picked a less pigmented highlighter. This one's pretty strong, but that's okay. We're just going to go with it. So probably if you wanted a less intense highlight, what I should have probably grabbed is my Essence Pure Nude highlighter. That one's really subtle. Or my Stila highlighter. That one's pretty subtle as well. I'm going to put just a little bit on my nose and a tiny bit on the top of my Cupid's bow. Then with my pinky finger, I'm going to take just a little bit of that same highlight and pop that on the inner corner of my eyes. So now we're going to move on to the lips. I'm going to go in with my Bite Beauty. This is one of their cream deluxe lipsticks. This one is the color 004. You can see it right here. I did show you at the beginning. I just realized it's like the exact same color as my nail polish. I swear I didn't do that on purpose. But I love this color. You'll see, I'm going to kind of swatch it right here before I put it on my face for you guys. It's just a really nice, it's kind of a raspberry, but it has a little bit more of like a wine kind of color to it than just like a summery sort of raspberry. So I think this is the perfect type of color to wear during that transitional time of year, like summer to fall. Honestly, you could wear this all year long. So I'm going to start off by just going in with the actual bullet. Then you can just take a lip brush if there's anywhere that you need to kind of clean up. So there is the lip color. I absolutely love this lip color. It is so fun, so pretty. I think it's kind of translating. It's definitely a little bit more like fuchsia toned than kind of raspberry or red toned than it's looking on my screen. But I really love this lipstick. I definitely recommend the Bite Beauty formula. I have a couple of their lip products and I love their lipstick formula. I think it's fantastic. So now that I have the lip on, I just want to make sure that I am not looking too washed out. I think I'm going to take just a tiny bit more blush and apply that just kind of right at the apples. Again, you really want to be careful not to overdo it. I find this is like the trickiest part of wearing a bold lip, is walking that fine line between being washed out and putting too much color on your face. It's kind of a tricky balance. Alright guys, so that completes today's makeup look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I really love how this turned out. This lip color seriously is so beautiful. But overall, I hope this just inspired you guys to kind of deep into your darker lip colors for fall. I think that the idea of this is just any lip color would go with this type of a look. I mean, there's so many great fall colors out there. Just pick one that you love. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please keep an eye on my channel because I will be coming back soon with my top 5 or 10 fall lipstick color recommendations. So definitely check back for that. I hope that you guys will subscribe to my channel before you leave, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. My black shirt took all the light from the room and just like sucked it all up. Like everything looks really dark today because I have a black shirt on.